Hi guys, it is January 14th, 2021, and futures are pointing to a higher open, and people are pretty optimistic about the upcoming stimulus package that's supposed to be unveiled today by President-elect Biden, and also J&J one-shot vaccine proved to be effective, and looks like it's pushing the Wall Street higher today. And on a separate note, the House voted to impeach President Trump. Not sure how this impeachment is going to work because President Trump is moving in a few days, but in general, this is ignored by Wall Street, and pretty much Wall Street is focusing on a vaccine and other measures to tame these pandemic. So let's move to SPY, ETF for S&P 500, and looks like SPY is moving higher again. But like I told you before, that it could be a turbulence ahead because stocks usually um, encounter some resistance in like February, end of January. So this could be the case again today, and I mean today, this year. So we're pretty high and pretty stretched, so I would be careful here, but there are still pockets of interesting activity and stocks that could be bought, and so I would be careful, but still look for pockets of opportunities. So let's move to corporate news, and if you want to see my trades on pretty much everyday basis, you can check out a link to my Patreon club in the description of this video. So let's start with Intel. So Intel shares are higher today, and it was higher yesterday. It jumped a lot yesterday, actually, on the news that Intel is ousting its CEO Bob Swan and replaced with Pat Gelsinger, a new CEO. So who was the chief at VMware, and investors pretty much cheered that, and shares went higher, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this move, and there are a lot of analysts that are upgrading the stock today, and but I'm not very confident about this news because the turnaround takes time, and it will take 2 to 3 years minimum to turn around story to work. So I'm not sure if I will be buying this on this news, and shares again higher today after yesterday's jump, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not very confident about this move, and yes, it's a good I mean, Pat Gelsinger is a good CEO, but it will take time for him to work this out, and I'd rather buy AMD on this weakness, and AMD shares were lower yesterday and lower again today, and downgraded actually today, and I think it's pretty good buy in my opinion, because AMD is the stock that I want to buy rather than Intel on the news of a change of CEO. So I would be buying AMD, and I would be selling Intel on this news actually. So Baba has been jumping yesterday and today on the news that the investment ban that President Trump administration is imposing on Chinese companies does not include three top Chinese tech companies like Alibaba, Baidu, and Tencent. So these companies pretty much jumping after this news, and actually Baba is in a pretty good position to go higher in my opinion, because I mean, if you look at the chart, the MACD across here, and looks like the shares will be jumping higher, because they still need to close the gap between like 249 and 255, 257. So I actually would be a buyer on this news of Baba, and Baidu shares. I'm not sure if the Baidu shares are. I mean, they're jumping as well, but they're pretty high in my opinion. So I would be sticking to Baba at this point. Okay. Okay. So next company is Twitter. Okay, so Twitter Shares were upgraded yesterday to buy from neutral at MKM Partners, which said that Twitter is poised to have negative sentiment stemming from pandemic and banning President Trump behind. Uh, I'm not very optimistic about Twitter, and it's not all about banning President Trump. It's Twitter is not a very innovative company. I mean, Twitter was the same company 10 years ago, and they're the same company right now. I mean, they didn't innovate much. I mean, if you look at Facebook, at least they bought several companies. They bought like Instagram, they bought WhatsApp, they bought Oculus, and they're constantly improving. And Twitter pretty much stays the same. And cutting off President Trump account actually that had 88 million users, and actually those users are very active users. Doesn't bode well for Twitter, and so I would be bearish on Twitter still. I wouldn't be picking up Twitter. Okay, so NIO is offering 1.3 billion convertible notes and plans to use the proceeds for general corporate purposes. It doesn't matter for NIO. I mean, the people love NIO so much that they are willing to overlook those things, and the shares continue to march higher. To me, it's a little bit too high, and I think it's actually trading in overbought territory, and I think it will be trading in a sideways for a while. So I would just leave NIO alone. But in general, the shares may actually go higher, but in the near future, I would say that it's going to be trading in a tight range. Okay. And like I said before, I would rather be buying NVIDIA. So NVIDIA shares are higher because actually Bitcoin is jumping 10%, and actually NVIDIA is providing chips to mine the Bitcoins, and I actually think that NVIDIA is in a really good position. It developed this long range between like 515 and 530, and it could break out. I still hope it can break out in the next few weeks. So I like NVIDIA on this. And Apache. So Apache shares are higher because it was upgraded by Truist Securities, and from hold to buy was a price target of $22. And on a separate note, uh, Apache announced that they have a fourth consecutive oil discovery offshore of Suriname, and I actually think that Apache shares could go to over $20. So I actually pretty confident it was Apache, and I would be buying shares here. APA, GME, GameStop. Wow, that stock is hot right now. Shares jumped 60% and right now higher again after adding Chewy.com co-founder Ryan Cohen and two of his former colleagues to his board. Pretty much creating a short squeeze because it was a heavily shorted name, and the earnings they showed were terrible, obviously, but definitely I would not be buying this on this short squeeze, and the shares may go to $40, and I would be buying puts on this if I would be interested to buy puts because this is it's pretty insane, and they didn't show much to me to warrant such a jump. So adding two board members or three board members from another company doesn't do it for me. So we'll see what happens, but I would be buying puts on this. Okay, so Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines reported actually wider than expected loss, but revenue beat estimates. Bastian said that demand is slow but steadily improving, and they cut their daily burn rate to 24 million a day, I believe, and that's good news considering what's going on and in the world, pandemic and other things, and so the shares of airlines are in pretty sweet spot, as I told you before, that they may go higher. Like I like LUV, and I like actually AAL may actually also go higher, and so this could be a good time to buy the airlines, and if there was any good time to buy airlines, there could be now. Okay, and KBH reported pretty good earnings. Reported a beat by 19 cents and beating on revenue. Company said that the housing market continues to be robust and expects higher revenue and earnings this year. And I really like home builders, and I think they will go higher. So KBH and Beazer Homes, BZH, and Toll Brothers, I think they're in pretty good position. Lennar, and they're in pretty good position to go actually higher than that. So I would be buying shares of these companies. Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you Monday, or actually Tuesday, because Monday is Martin Luther King Day.